In this video, I want to talk about how to beat the moonballer, pusher, and grinder. So first of all, I want to define what I mean by a moonballer, a pusher, and a grinder. So a moonballer is somebody that just hits moonballs, really high balls. They just keep doing that over and over and over again until you make a mistake or you hit a short ball and then they hit winners. So that's a moonballer. They just hit the balls really high. They just want to really frustrate you and get inside your head. A pusher is somebody who's like a moonballer, but they just push the ball. They don't really have any weapons. They just depend on you making the mistake. So they'll just focus on keeping the ball in, and then they'll just depend on you making all the errors. And they can be very frustrating to also deal with as well. And then the tennis grinder is a little bit different. It's like a pusher, but this is a pusher that has weapons. So a grinder is somebody that hits the ball with decent pace, decent top spin. They're kind of like Nadal and Djokovic. They hit with heavy top spin, and they hit it with decent pace, so they're not pushing it, and they hit high percentage shots. So they'll play like a counterpuncher. They'll be more defensive baseliner, but they also are looking for opportunities to be on the offense. They're not going to go for anything crazy. They're just going to move you around the court and wait for the right opportunity to really close in and rip a winner. So how do you beat each of these styles of play? Let's start with the moonballer. With the moonballer, what I found, I've lost to them a lot of times, and I've learned how to beat them. I came back and I beat this old guy that beat this older opponent who beat me from using the moonball. And what I did to finally beat him was I learned how to take the ball on the rise. So when the ball bounces, I would hit it on the rise once it came up into my strike zone. I'd hit it on the rise. That way I'm in the court and I'm not way back in the fence, because that's what the moonballer wants you to do, is be back in the fence. And when you're back at the fence, it's easy to be vulnerable to different angles and all that. So with the moonballer, you want to take it on the rise, and you also want to learn how to do a swinging volley. So you want to do a swinging volley, which is when they hit a shorter moonball that is going to drop in. You'll take it in the air, and you'll be able to really hit it and really put them on the offense. Now that's a more advanced technique, but you practice that. And you can practice that by having somebody just feed you high balls with topspin, or even just smacking it on the ground. If you smack the ball on the ground, and really high, then you can practice with that spin on it. And then, so you'll have somebody else smack the ball on the ground really hard, and then you'll come in and you'll learn how to take it on the rise, and you'll learn how to hit it in the air. Because when you smack it on the ground, so when somebody smacks the ball to you on the ground and makes it go up really high, that has a really heavier spin than you would typically have, and it's good practice, I think. And then you can practice just doing normal lobs as well. That's for you coaches and just for you people that feed your balls to your kids or students. So with that, I think the key thing is patience with the moonballer, and to learn how to do the swinging volley, and more importantly is to take it on the rise. The next tip is to also learn how to hit short slices. You can't moonball if you're really close to the net. So the way that you prevent somebody from moonballing is to hit the ball really low, to do short slices, or even slice in general. Sometimes it's a lot harder to do that. It's a lot easier to moonball when the ball is in your strike zone. So hit short slices and bring them into the net as well. Find those opportunities. With the pusher, they have no weapons, so they're like a moonballer, but they don't lob. They just push it back. They're really easy to beat. You just be very patient and make them run, and look for opportunities to capitalize and really strike in. So you want to be very patient with them. Short slice, again, I think will help. I think short slice is a lot better than drop shots, because there's not much of a risk for for like missing it. So just practice your short slice as well. With the grinders, they're like the pushers. They just hit the ball, they move you around. So with them, they're more like a defensive baseliner game, and they have some offense too. So they have some weapons. What you want to do with them is be very patient, learn how to hit high percentage shots, do short slice. You might also try moonballing them too. See how they handle it. If they back up, then you know that moonballs can probably work, and you can probably hit a moonball. And then once they back up to try to hit one back, you can come in side and you can take it in the air and finish it off. So you can work off of that as well. So with the grinders, you're really just going to play them like with patience. You're not going to go for any kill shots because they're going to make most of their errors off of. Sorry, they'll win most of their points off of your errors and also by your short balls, which they can attack on. So hopefully all that was helpful. If that was, please let me know in the comments section. I'd be happy to look at your questions and look to see what I missed or how it could have been better. Hopefully all that was useful, and I hope you guys apply this to your own tennis game and make the most of it.